Get ready to experience a game changer in the world of wellness. We're thrilled to introduce the very first nitric oxide supplement powered by cutting-edge, scientifically validated quantum strips for energy wave nutrition. But wait, what's the big deal about nitric oxide? You can do your own research, but here's the scoop. Every system in our body relies on it. This is backed by science. Consider the research from the esteemed Mayo Clinic, a globally recognized center for medical research. They have stated that all cardiovascular diseases are linked to a decline in nitric oxide levels. This isn't limited to a subset, it encompasses all cardiovascular conditions. Notably, Dr. Louis Ignarro received the Nobel Prize for his discovery of nitric oxide as a critical signaling molecule in the body. He authored a book, No More Heart Disease, which you can explore further. Nitric oxide is your body's best friend. It's a superstar when it comes to supporting a healthy cardiovascular system, boosting blood cell strength, and supercharging nutrient exchange for cellular regeneration. But that's just the beginning. It also works wonders for your respiratory system and lung health, helps regulate inflammation for immune support, and even contributes to maintaining healthy blood pressure in the central nervous system. Plus, it's a key player in gastrointestinal health and can spice things up in the bedroom for both men and women. In short, nitric oxide is absolutely essential for your overall well-being. Get started today. Click on the link to get your Nitro Max.
There is a big challenge with number one death in the world is cardiovascular disease. And you know what? No one thinks it's going to be them. You don't think it's going to be you. I don't think it's going to be me. Now, I know it's not going to be me because I do something every day to help my body produce what's called nitric oxide. Okay, there's a nitric oxide activating system that we do every day. Why? Because I'm not 18 anymore, okay, and my arteries just do not produce enough nitric oxide on their own. Why? Well, genetically, I've got a couple of different challenges that I've got to do something on a regular basis to keep in check. What does nitric oxide do in the body? Oh, I don't know, it does a lot. Just like the phytoplankton does. It just really does. Why? Because everything relates back to circulation. If we increase circulation, you've got over 100,000 miles of arteries in your body. And most of those are capillaries. They're the end of the line. Here we have a red blood cell. We'll say it's 7 angstroms in size. Here we have a capillary. It's got to go in like this, and it deposits its oxygen, and then it comes back out. Now, if that artery is too tight and too stiff, the red blood cell can't wiggle itself in there. It can't fold on itself. It tries to, but oftentimes it doesn't. That's why peripheral neuropathy occurs. It's because there's not enough flow of oxygen to the end of the line because it just can't get in there. 75% of your arterial system is capillaries. Mayo Clinic says that every cardiovascular disease is related back to loss of nitric oxide. All of them. I've got this problem, I got this problem, this problem. Yep, lack of nitric oxide, lack of nitric oxide. But when I ask my patients, have you had your nitric oxide tested? Most of them say, no. Well, you, all of us, we, plural, the Victorian we all need to be educated about this. And we need to tell our friends and family about this. This is a very simple test to look and see if your nitric oxide is low. The person who discovered this is Dr. Louis Ignarro. And he went on to write a book called No More Heart Disease. And it's hard to read on the slide here, but how nitric oxide can prevent and even reverse heart disease and strokes. And back in 1998, he and his team won the Nobel Prize for the discovery of this. Now, what is nitric oxide? It's a gas that actually is released in the arterial wall. This is very, very exciting. This is responsible for vasodilation. And what happens when we're in our 20s, we do it very effectively. By the time we're about 50, there is a massive drop-off of nitric oxide production. What happens is the arterial wall gets a little tight, a little stiff, kind of like new leather versus old leather. The old leather gets kind of cracks in it. And the body puts this yellow stuff here called plaque or cholesterol in there. Now, thank God you have cholesterol. Cholesterol is the base molecule, is the base for hormones. Now, if you don't have enough cholesterol, you would die. So cholesterol is not the enemy. Okay, it's really not. It's what helps you continue to stay alive by putting that little plaque there. But the better thing to do is to not let the plaque develop initially by keeping your arterial walls nice and soft and supple. Now, how do you test this? You test it with this little nitric oxide test strip. You can order these online. There's the company right there, the Well NORX. They're like $1 each. I say this jokingly, but if you love your family, you love your friends, test their nitric oxide. You want to do this first thing in the morning. We haven't drinking or eaten anything. Check and see. There's a little strip there, a little felt strip. You get some saliva on it, and it should be nice and dark. If it's not, you have a challenge. And every cardiovascular disease is associated with loss of nitric oxide. So test yourself. Test the people you love. If you want to help your arteries live longer, number one disease in the world is cardiovascular disease. Every other person will be taken out by this problem. Super preventable, super treatable, very fixable. This technology gets right into the cells and it relaxes those arteries. You can do your blood pressure, take one little strip, take it within 5 minutes, it's already lower. It's just incredible what this happens. And over time, it kind of naturally starts relaxing. The arterial walls start to relax, blood flow starts increasing. I take this every day. I'll continue to take it every day for the rest of my life.